Welcome to PlayActionSportsMedia.com. We're just waiting for our umpires to get ready, and then we'll start our pregame show. The Eugene Overhead Door Challengers and the Dallas Dirtbags in Game 1 of 2 here from Kiger Stadium coming your way shortly on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. Stick with us. Hello, baseball fans. Welcome to the fifth and final day of the AAA Oregon American Legion State Tournament from legendary Kiger Stadium in Klamath Falls, Oregon. I'm Josh Eldridge. So glad you could join us this afternoon on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. Today's game on PlayActionSportsMedia.com is presented in part by Hellgate Jetboat Excursions, by Affordable Truck and RV, by Timber Country Coca-Cola, and by Les Schwab Tires. Welcome to the Oregon-California Supply AAA American Legion State Tournament powered by Les Schwab Tires on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. This afternoon's matchup between the Dallas Dirtbags and the Eugene Overhead Door Challengers. It's the second to last game of the tournament here from Kiger Stadium. The finals will be played at 4 p.m. The winner here plays Medford. We'll go and take a look back at how Eugene got to this point in the tournament, opening up back on Saturday with a win against Hillsboro 11-1. Eugene would then play this Dallas team and beat them 3-2 in a nail-biter victory on the 28th, which was Sunday. A couple nights ago, Eugene then played Medford in their final game in the winner's bracket. Medford upset the Challengers in an extremely fantastic finish, I guess is the only way to put it. Medford walking off the Challengers 4-3 with Bennett Thompson getting the last base hit in that one in an 8-inning affair. That sent Eugene to an elimination game versus Salem yesterday, and boy, did the Challengers not want to go home. They ended up beating the Salem Dodgers 14-8, sending Salem packing and getting a berth into this game today. They had to wait, though, to see who their opponent would be at the 7 o'clock game last night when Dallas beat the 5-time reigning state champion, the Medford Mustangs. Now, again, as I mentioned, Medford gets an immediate spot into the championship game because they had not lost a game up to that point. But Dallas, again, beating them 6-2. Before that, for the Dirtbags, Dallas actually coming out of the losers bracket as well after beating Beaverton back on Monday. Before that, they had beaten Willamette Valley and lost to Eugene earlier on in this tournament. Again, neither of these teams having to play a super regional matchup either, so both getting an immediate berth into the state tournament. Winner here plays Medford. It's the final day from Kiger Stadium in Klamath Falls. By the end of the night, we will have an Oregon state champion. Stay on Play Action Sports Media to find out who it'll be, but first pitch coming your way between the Dallas Dirtbags and the Eugene Challengers, along with starting lineups in our affordable truck and RV road trip and weather report. My apologies there. Coming your way next on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. Stick with us.
Rogue River aboard this historical adventure full of wildlife and the breathtaking views of the legendary Hellgate Canyon. Our 2-hour, 36-mile Hellgate jetboat excursion offers you the best of the Rogue as we weave through the high-walled canyons and spot eagles, deer, and otter, all while your pilot shares the fascinating history of the wild and scenic Rogue River. The quick and scenic tour with Hellgate Jetboat Excursions. Book yours now at hellgate.com, where your adventure awaits.
PlayActionSportsMedia.com is brought to you in part by Les Schwab Tires of Southern Oregon. With prime performance since 1952, our thanks to Troy Lieber and all Southern Oregon Les Schwab Tire stores for supporting youth baseball and PlayActionSportsMedia.com.
Experience the Rogue River aboard this historical adventure full of wildlife and the breathtaking views of the legendary Hellgate Canyon. Our 2-hour, 36-mile Hellgate jetboat excursion offers you the best of the Rogue as we weave through the high-walled canyons and spot eagles, deer, and otter, all while your pilot shares the fascinating history of the wild and scenic Rogue River. The quick and scenic tour with Hellgate Jetboat Excursions. Book yours now at hellgate.com, where your adventure awaits.
Welcome back to PlayActionSportsMedia.com, Day 5 here at Kiger Stadium. This is the first game of 2 this afternoon. This one between the Eugene Overhead Door Challengers and the Dallas Dirtbags. Winner here will go on to play the reigning state champion and already a contender for the state championship, the Medford Mustangs. Even though the Mustangs lost to the Dirtbags last night, again, they still get an immediate berth into the championship game, having come all the way through on the winner's bracket. Take a brief look at how Medford got there. Of course, they're not much of a concern yet. But for Medford, they lost to Dallas last night 6-2. Before that, though, they opened their tournament against the host Klamath Falls Falcons. And they won that one 7-1 and then came out and really handed it to Salem. They beat them 15-2. And again, beat these Eugene Challengers back on Monday night. A heartbreaking loss for Eugene and an incredible win for Medford in 8 innings. They were down 3-0 heading into the bottom of the 7th. Scored 3 runs, then loaded the bases in the 8th for Bennett Thompson. A little RBI single. Well, it wasn't a little single. It was a line drive into right field. But RBI single nonetheless won Medford that game 4-3. That ensured them a spot in the state championship. Later on, we'll give you a better look at the bracket, more of a visual aid, and that'll probably come towards the middle innings of this one. But right now, we're worried more about the Challengers and the Dirtbags coming your way right now on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. Before we take a look at the starting lineups, we're going to bring you our affordable truck and RV road trip and weather report. It's about 1 o'clock here in Klamath Falls, or just after. 81 degrees. We're expected to see about 86, 87 as we move into the afternoon. Wind not currently too much of a factor, blowing out to the southwest about 5 miles an hour. And where your camera's pointed right now, just to give you an idea, pointed almost directly northeast, about 30 degrees. So just to give you an idea of what it's like out here at Klamath Falls. Getting ready for first pitch here. Eugene Challengers playing as the home team, the Dallas Dirtbags the visitors. Pitching for the Eugene Challengers, their ace. It's Cole Wilkinson entering play with a 4.40 ERA. He pitched the opening game against Hillsboro, a Game where Coach Niles said Wilkinson was probably going to go the distance, but finished with 68 pitches after the challengers run-ruled the Barbers in 5 innings. First pitch is a ball to the leadoff hitter for Dallas, Jacob Maben. Batting second behind the left fielder is Blake Aratola in center field. Hitting third is Emilio Alarcon behind the plate for Dallas. In the cleanup spot is Derek Maben at short. Batting fifth is Kyle Mitsuyasu, designated hitting. In the sixth spot is batting eighth at third, and rounding out the order is Braden Allison in right field. 2-1 the count to Jacob Maben. Hit on the ground out towards second. Keller Edwards, the throw to first is not going to be in time. Not the ideal way to start the game for the challengers. Keller Edwards has a little bit of trouble fielding that one, and I believe that's going to go in the books as an error. So Maben reaches first, call it an E4, and they've got a runner on to begin things here in the top of the first inning. That brings up Blake Aratola. Wilkinson, a left-handed thrower, the only starter for Eugene that'll come from the left side. Aratola fakes bunt. Maben takes off for second, and they're going to get him on the throw down. So Connor Jones with a beautiful throw behind the plate is going to bail out Keller Edwards. And people say baseball isn't a team game. Well, that definitely contradicts that. 1 out in the inning, nobody on, and that was a called ball to Blake Aratola. And he'll take that one out outside as well, but it'll be called a strike. And after Aratola, it's Alarcon, the top 3 guys in the order for Dallas. These two teams, as a matter of fact, have played a couple times already in the season. Dallas holds a 2-1 lead in the 3-game series. Of course, it's the 4th time they've met. The only game that Eugene has won was earlier in the tournament when they beat the Dallas Dirtbags 3-2. Other than that, Dallas Dirtbags beat Eugene in the regular season 20-10 at one point, and then also beat them at the Eugene Papas tournament as well, the second tournament that Eugene hosts during the year. The 3-1 grounded to first will be foul down the line. Peyton Bracey unable to grab that one. A good time now, though, to look at the defense for the challengers. Peyton Bracey at first. Moving over to second is Keller Edwards. At short for them is C.J. Townsend. And at third base for the challengers is Bo Burnett. We'll get you a quick look at the outfield after this. The 3-2 pitch is taken outside for a walk. In these two teams, you kind of look at the stat sheet, sort of polar opposites, but they match up well. Eugene, a really offensively minded team. They can get it done on the mound, but definitely, not their strongest point. Definitely offense is where Eugene shines most. And for Dallas, it's in right field, as per usual, is Jonathan Prescott for the challengers. Your starting 9 for Eugene in arguably the most important game of the season. I'm not quite sure what the conversation was about. Coach James Boog Leach not really liking it seems like, but I'm not quite sure what the argument's about. As they disperse, and I believe, let's see, I think they're going to call it the ball rolled under the padding behind the plate, and Aratola is only going to be awarded second base and not third. So again, just to recap, in case you lost it a little bit, Aratola was going to advance on the pass ball, and they're going to make him stay at second, even though he could have gone to third, because the ball, I believe they're going to rule, was out of play behind the padding at the backstop behind home plate. So either way, the 1-0 pitch is going to be called for strike 1. And while I get the chance here on PlayActionSportsMedia.com, I'll thank one more time real quickly here all the fellas, the fine gentlemen and ladies who have helped get the field ready in between all these games. We've only got 2 games today, But the first couple days, 4 games, guys like Coach Pete Whistler of the Klamath Falls Falcons, Tom Loney, Henley Athletic Director, Joe Tacchini, and plenty of others who I just don't have time to mention, who have been able to get the field ready between these games and have worked tirelessly over these past 5 days. Ball and 2 strikes with 1 out. Wilkinson's going to go ahead and step off. Emilio Alarcon at the plate. He is going to be doing the catching for the Dirtbags. The delivery from Wilkinson will be fouled back. It's still going to be a ball and 2 strikes. Eugene in their white jerseys. Dallas for the second night in a row. Well, it's the afternoon now, but wearing their orange jerseys as they did last night. Eugene in the white, acting as the home team. Dallas the visitors. That one's chopped out towards Bracey at first, and he is going to tap on the bag for the second out in the inning, though. Meantime, Aratola will move to third.
Brings up shortstop, number 8, Derek.
And that brings up Derek Mabin. Both Mabin brothers have been incredibly efficient this tournament. No relation to Nate Mabin, head coach of Medford, but have still all been incredibly effective. That one rolled out to short. Throw on to first in time to end the inning. The Dirtbags leave one stranded, could not push one across. We're still scoreless heading to the bottom half of the first. Eugene coming up. You're watching the AAA American Legion State Tournament on PlayActionSportsMedia.com.
Affordable Truck and RV, for the places you would like to be.
Welcome back to PlayActionSportsMedia.com. We're now going to the bottom of the first inning. Eugene a chance to strike first after keeping Dallas scoreless in the top half. On the bump for Dallas is going to be Jarrett Stewart. Stewart pitched once already in this tournament for Dallas. It was on the opening day of the tournament when they played the Willamette Valley Titans. Stewart finished that day. Again, that was back on Saturday. 5 innings pitched, giving up 3 hits, 4 strikeouts, no walks in a shutout victory against the Willamette Valley Titans. The Titans would go on to score 2 more runs, but both would come against, let's get the name right here. Well, either way, they would come against not Jarrett Stewart. Apologies there for losing my card, but Jarrett Stewart has yet to give up a run in this state tournament, and now a chance to do battle against the Eugene Overhead Door Challengers lineup, a team that put up 14 runs yesterday against the Salem Dodgers. First pitch to Wilkinson is taken outside. Wilkinson, the pitcher, leading things off for the Challengers, the top of their order. After that, it's Cal Morgan in left field. Batting third is Keller Edwards. Wilkinson fists that one to short. Mabin puts some leather on it and will put it away for the first out of the inning. So after Edwards, who hits third, it's Jonathan Prescott in the cleanup spot in right field. Batting fifth for the Challengers is C.J. Townsend at short. Peyton Bracey bats 6th at first base. Bo Bennett in the 7th hole at 3rd. Connor Jones bats 8th and is catching. Rounding out the order for the challengers is the center fielder Kyle Lund. That one rolled out to Lang at 2nd. He's going to throw on to 1st. 2nd out in the inning.
Brings up the second baseman, number 16, Keller Edwards.
3 pitches into the bottom of the 1st. We've already got 2 outs, and that'll bring up Keller Edwards. Edwards hitting .359 on the season coming into play. And that'll be a called strike 1, the breaking ball from Stewart. Again, these two teams meeting earlier in the tournament. A 3-2 victory for Eugene. That one's popped up. Will stay in the infield, calling everyone off and making the play. Fighting the sun is the third baseman, Juarez, for Dallas. And that will end the inning. The challengers go 1-2-3, still scoreless as we head to the second. Day 5 at Kiger Stadium. Winner here plays Medford in the championship. You're watching PlayActionSportsMedia.com.
Experience the Rogue River aboard this historical adventure full of wildlife and the breathtaking views of the legendary Hellgate Canyon. Our 2-hour, 36-mile Hellgate jet boat excursion offers you the best of the Rogue as we weave through the high-walled canyons and spot eagles, deer, and otter, all while your pilot shares the fascinating history of the wild and scenic Rogue River. The quick and scenic tour with Hellgate Jet Boat Excursions. Book yours now at hellgate.com, where your adventure awaits.
Top of the second inning, Cole Wilkinson still on the mound for the Eugene Challengers. Scoreless so far. Middle of the order due up for Dallas. Mitsuyasu, the designated hitter, leading things off for him. Connor Lang and Eric Swanson. So it's going to be 5, 6, 7 in the Dallas order. Get started in the top half of the second. The 0-1 from Wilkinson will also find the zone for a strike. 0-2. Again, Wilkinson pitched the opening day of the tournament for the Challengers, only throwing 68 pitches. But again, pitch count not meaning much for Wilkinson now unless he wants to pitch in the championship later today, as it's day 5. So all of the pitch counts for the pitchers on day 1 of the tournament has reset. So that's why you see Jarrett Stewart on the mound for Dallas, the guy who pitched against Willamette Valley in the opening day for them as well. 105 still the limit, though. And right now, this is pitch number 19 coming up for Wilkinson. Mitsuyasu calls time. And he's designated hitting for the pitcher, Jarrett Stewart. Mitsuyasu graduating from West Salem High School next year, a senior to be for the West Salem High School. West Salem this past year losing to South Salem in round 2 of the OSA State Tournament. 9-5. Other than that, they finished 6-6 in the Mountain Valley Conference. Goes down on strikes here. And that'll be the first out here in the top of the second. Coming up is Connor Lang. Connor Lang, a guy you'll primarily see at second base, but he can throw if Dallas needs him to. We haven't seen him do it too much yet in this tournament. But Lang, primarily a middle infielder and getting the start here at second base. Strike is called to him, the curveball. Connor Lang, graduating from Central High School, going to Umpqua Community College next school year to play under Coach Jeremiah Robbins, who coaches the Roseburg Doc Stewarts. The Docs sharing Area 4 with the Eugene Challengers, Roseburg finishing 10-10 on the year. and unable to make the state tournament. But Jeremiah Robbins starting the program at Umpqua Community College. Their first season is going to be next year, and Connor Lang going to be a part of that. Ball and 2 strikes to him from Wilkinson. See what Connor Lang looks at here from the crafty left-hander. It was an off-speed pitch, hit hard out to Townsend at short. The throw on to first will be in time. Lang, the second casualty of the inning, and that'll bring up Eric Swanson.
Brings up first baseman, number 17, Eric Swanson.
Swanson in the victory last night had the big 3 back in the third. Again, finished the game with 3 RBIs. Swanson a big part of why the Dirtbags won, and our PA announcer Tom Keller giving him the MVP last night. Swing and a miss. That'll be strike 2 to Swanson. High kick from Wilkinson. Gets him swinging on the fastball. Strike 3. And that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3. Go the Dallas Dirtbags. Head now to the bottom half of the second. Still scoreless from Kiger Stadium. Winner here plays Medford in the state championship. You're watching it all here on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. Welcome back to Kiger Stadium in Klamath Falls, day 5 of the AAA American Legion State Tournament. As we get back into things in the bottom of the second, I'd like to thank a couple of the tournament sponsors, Lithia Motors, Henris Roofing, the Eisler Group of Klamath Falls as well. Thanks to all of the wonderful people and contributors who helped make this tournament possible. Strike 2 is going to be called on the leadoff man in the lineup, John Prescott. Pardon me, the leadoff man in this inning, not the lineup. Prescott, Townsend, and Bracey due up against Stewart. That's a big breaking ball. Will miss low. A ball and 2 strikes. 4th meeting of the year between these two teams, as I've mentioned before. Dallas taking 2 of those 3, but Eugene taking the one that has mattered so far, and it was their one matchup earlier on in the tournament. Popped up towards third base and gloved behind the bag by Juarez. First out in the inning. That'll bring up C.J. Townsend. Townsend, in the previous meeting with Dallas at the tournament, finished 1 for 3. Comes into this game with a .303 batting average. Takes ball 1. C.J. Townsend, a shortstop who hits 5th in the order. Something you don't characteristically see, but he can definitely drive the ball. You won't see a lot of power from Townsend, but he can definitely run into one every now and then and end up with an extra base hit or 2 in a game. He finished with 3 RBIs in the win yesterday against Salem, a 14-8 victory for the Challengers. And one of them coming on an RBI single, one of them or two more, pardon me, on a double. So you're not going to see the big home run from him, but gets the job done when it's needed. Behind now, a ball and 2 strikes in the count to Stewart. Hit hard to Juarez. The throw to Swanson will be in time. Down goes Townsend.
Brings up first baseman, number 9, Peyton Bracey.
So Juarez staying busy out there at third. First dealing with the pop fly, and now a ground out. And now Peyton Bracey. And he'll really send one hard your way. Good power hitter. Bracey coming into play, hitting .365, starting at first base for the Challengers. He'll take that one, a strike. Challengers yet to have a base runner in this game. Means Stewart's retired the first 5 he's faced. Breaking ball, a beautiful pitch. Misses probably high, if anywhere. Couldn't quite tell. Get a good look at Stewart and his delivery. That one will be swung on and missed. Strike 2. The 1-2 will also miss. 2-2. Stewart mentioned the first 5 guys he's faced, he's set down. Has yet to strike any of them out. He's been pitching to contact so far. He's thrown a lot of strikes. See what he comes with a 2-2, and that one will miss low. The first 3-ball count even that the Challengers have seen today comes with the 6th man in the order, Peyton Bracey. These Challengers have been swinging at the first pitches they've seen a couple of times. This is only pitch 19 for Stewart. It's a breaking ball, chopped out towards third. For the 3rd time in a row, Juarez will make the play. Mark it down 5-3 in the scorebook. 1-2-3 go the Eugene Challengers. We head now to the top of the 3rd inning. Moving through this one at a brisk pace from Kiger Stadium in Klamath Falls. You're watching the AAA American Legion State Tournament on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. Welcome back to PlayActionSportsMedia.com. You're watching the AAA American Legion State Tournament between the Eugene Overhead Door Challengers and the Dallas Dirtbags. Winner here goes to the championship game to play the Medford Mustangs, the reigning state champions since 2014. Team that won before them was Salem, and then the Challengers back in 2012. But those guys who were on that team, long gone, moved on to bigger and better things. New group of challengers fighting for that state tournament spot. On the mound for him is Wilkinson in his 3rd inning of work. And he's going to get Juarez looking for strike 3. Brings up the number 9 hitter, Braden Allison. That was the 3rd strikeout for Wilkinson on the day. Allison, another left-handed hitter. Slow roller to short. Up with it is Townsend. The throw to first in time for the second out of the inning. Wilkinson making quick work of him here in the third.
Left fielder, number 7, Jacob Maben.
Top of the order now for the Dirtbags. Jacob Maben reached on an error his last time through. Was the first play of the game. Ground out to Edwards. He had a little bit of trouble with it, and he'll send that one right back to Edwards. A hard line drive. This time, though, Keller able to hold on to it. 1-2-3, go the Dallas Dirtbags. Quick top of the third inning. Now head to the bottom half. You're watching the AAA American Legion State Tournament on PlayActionSportsMedia.com.
Your concrete supplies are available at Riverside Ready Mix Incorporated. Get everything from bolts to rebar. Ensure you have the quality supplies you need to get the job done. Get ready mixed concrete delivered right to your home or business. We have over 50 years of experience supplying quality concrete. Are you in need of a new septic or water tank? Call us for an appointment to take advantage of our exceptional precast septic and water tank sales. Call now.
Welcome back to PlayActionSportsMedia.com. Take a look at the scoreboard here at Kiger Stadium. A whole lot of zeros up there right now between the Dallas Dirtbags and the Eugene Challengers. We'll bring you our scoreboard now and take you back to the action. Leading things off for the Challengers in the third, it's going to be 7-8-9, Bo Burnett, Connor Jones, and Kyle Lund. As a matter of fact, right as we say a lot of zeros, as it happens, gotta love jinxing things in baseball, Bo Burnett is going to reach first on a base knock into right field. First hit for either team. And that's got to pump up his dugout. The bottom of the order coming through, as prior to that, Stewart had retired the first 6 guys he faced starting this ball game. Runner on first, nobody out, bringing up Connor Jones. Jones, one of the more solid defensive catchers you'll find in the state of Oregon. And as I've mentioned before, as far as catchers go, he's got to be in the top 3 defensively, along with the guy I watched all season at Grants Pass, Ike Gilliland. But Connor Jones, defensive specialist, only hitting .214. Though not too bad for a catcher if you really think about it. Burnett, hardly any lead off of first. Jones lays down a bunt, will go foul. Strike 2. Pardon me, strike 1. After Jones, it's Kyle Lund, and then it's back to the top of the order with our pitcher this afternoon, Cole Wilkinson. First time that either pitcher has had to work out of the stretch. Wilkinson only had to throw 1 pitch out of the stretch after the error in the first. The toss that time to Swanson will get Connor Jones. In the meantime, Burnett will move up to second, and that'll bring up Kyle Lund.
Moves Burnett to second. Brings up center fielder, number 1, Kyle Lund.
Kyle Lund, left-handed hitter against the right-handed throwing Stewart. Started the game last night for the Challengers against Salem. Lund only threw about 4 innings. We'll get you his finals here in just a second. That one grounded to Juarez. Throw to first in time. 2 outs.
Brings up pitcher, number 8, Cole Wilkinson.
Kyle Lund actually pitched 6 innings of 2-hit ball, my mistake, against the Medford Mustangs. the other night in their tragic 4-3 loss. So he did not pitch against the Dodgers. It was against the Mustangs, and I definitely corrected myself on that one. Kyle Lund, 2 hits of shutout ball in a no decision. Breaking ball misses outside. Couple of league champions going at it in this one. Dallas finishing 12-4 out of Area 3, getting ahead of the Salem Whitnell Dodgers by 2 games, who the Challengers actually eliminated yesterday in a 14-8 victory. So Dallas, the Area 3 champions, and the Eugene Overhead Door Challengers, the Area 4 champions, finishing 1 game ahead of the Willamette Valley Titans, who were the first team out of the tournament, losing to this Dallas team in Game 1, and then the Hillsboro Barbers in Day 2. Out of an 8-team tournament, we've got 3 remaining. The Challengers, the Dirtbags, and awaiting the winner in the championship, the Medford Mustangs. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Cole Wilkinson. Wilkinson, who grounded out his first time through, hitting a scorching .497. That time, a slow roller out to first. It's going to be a race to the bag. Did they get him? And yes, they did. Just by maybe half a step, Stewart beats Wilkinson to the bag. Still scoreless. We head now to the top of the 4th. You're watching the AAA American Legion State Tournament on PlayActionSportsMedia.com.
Rogue River aboard this historical adventure full of wildlife and the breathtaking views of the legendary Hellgate Canyon. Our 2-hour, 36-mile Hellgate jetboat excursion offers you the best of the Rogue as we weave through the high-walled canyons and spot eagles, deer, and otter, all while your pilot shares the fascinating history of the wild and scenic Rogue River. The quick and scenic tour with Hellgate Jetboat Excursions. Book yours now at hellgate.com, where your adventure awaits.
I'd like to thank Les Schwab Tires. We're doing the right thing matters with pride and performance since 1952. And our special friend over there, Troy Leeper, and Southern Oregon Les Schwab Tire stores for supporting youth baseball and PlayActionSportsMedia.com. To the top of the 4th inning we go between the Dallas Dirtbags and the Eugene Challengers. You can see there a lot of zeros on that scoreboard. For the Dallas Dirtbags, no runs on no hits, no errors. Of course, that means they've left nobody on base, as Wilkinson has only given up 1 walk to this point, and Blake Aratola was out on the base paths. Then for the Eugene Overhead Door Challengers, no runs on 1 hit. They have committed 1 error and have left 1 runner on base, and it came in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Bring up now the top of the 4th inning. Leading things off for the Dirtbags is Blake Aratola. He's the man who walked his first time through, as I had just mentioned. He's going to take strike 1 there. Pardon me, strike 2 against Cole Wilkinson. Wilkinson already has 3 Ks on the day. He's getting ready. Delivery from the windup. The 0-2 swung on and missed, his 4th strikeout of the contest. Wilkinson really having his way with his Dirtbags lineup so far. And it looks like Coach James Boog Leach having a conversation with Alarcon, but might see a bunt be laid down here or something to try to make the Challengers defense make a play. They have already made 1 error in this game. It was the first at-bat of the game. Alarcon 0 for 1 along with the rest of his teammates. He's going to take ball 1. Don't quite know where that one missed. but ball one regardless. After all out con, it's Derek Mabin. So 2-3-4 were due up to lead off this inning and already one strikeout in. Mentioned Dallas for the Dirtbags. I'd mentioned that they were Area 3 champions, 2 games over the Salem Dodgers. As a matter of fact, they swept the season series against the Dodgers, winning the final 4 games against them to propel them past the Super Regionals and directly into the tournament. Other than that, though, Salem, who ended up finishing second, had to play the Lake Ridge Pabco Roofers in the Super Regional. Beating them in a couple of games, it was a 2-game sweep for them. And then coming to the tournament and eventually getting knocked out yesterday by the Eugene Challengers. Though credit to the Salem Dodgers, a great season, making it this far, definitely nothing to be ashamed of at all. And as we get the chance, congratulations to both these teams playing right now, really. You know, win, lose, or draw, you got to be proud of your season to this point. Definitely would like to win without a doubt. That goes without saying, but making it to the state semifinal, only 4 teams go that far in the entire state. And that'll be a hard line drive right back to C.J. Townsend. A couple steps to his left, he makes the play for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up Derek Mabin. He grounded out to short in his last time through. Take a look at Wilkinson's delivery the next time through. Got a little bit of a hitch when he comes set in the windup. And we'll take a look at it here. There it is. He kind of comes set in an odd way. He's been able to make it work, though. Hard-throwing left-handed pitcher. Got great breaking stuff in his changeup. Boy, does he really pull the string on it. Fired in a fastball there for strike 2. On the hunt for his 5th strikeout. From the windup, kicks and fires. That one was a high fastball, will miss. That one will be chopped foul. Just another quick glance at the scorecard for Wilkinson. He's really done it all himself. There has not been one ball that's been hit in the outfield so far. Everything has been a fly ball that stayed in the infield. A couple of hard line drives, but nothing has been lifted on the air into the outfield. It's been, you know, probably pretty boring out there in center and left field. And right as I say that, a base hit into right field. Boy, do I really got to keep my mouth shut sometimes. A 2-out base hit for Derek Mabin. Good 2-strike approach. That'll bring up Kyle Mitsuyasu. Mitsuyasu struck out his first time through. Swing and a miss for strike 1. A good hard fastball from Wilkinson. Hardly any lead off of first to speak of from Mabin, but Wilkinson going to go ahead and check him anyway. Wilkinson before this, as I mentioned, only had to work out of the stretch for about 1 pitch. So this is new to him, and that one bounces to the plate. Mabin going to advance to second. A wild pitch there from Wilkinson. 2 outs, now runner at second. And I believe they're going to actually say that bounced off his foot. So not a wild pitch, a hit by pitch. So Mitsuyasu will reach first. That'll bring up Connor Lang, rounded out to short his first time through. 0 for 1. Checks his swing, but will foul it off. 0-1. The wind blowing in from center field. Can get you a look at our red, white, and blue. Last night blowing hard out to center, but a lot of fly balls might end up dying in center field, as it was blowing a little bit harder a second ago, but it is still blowing in from center. And they're going to call a balk on Wilkinson, so both runners will move up. Still one pitch will get him out of the inning. Just a matter of Wilkinson trying to buckle down in probably the worst jam he's been in all tournament. As Coach Ken Niles comes out to maybe talk about the balk call. Really nothing to argue there. You're not going to get an umpire to reverse. All right, welcome back to PlayActionSportsMedia.com. Again, apologize if we lost you there for a little bit. Had a little bit of problem with the wind and our Wi-Fi connection, and well, it's just a bunch of technical problems, really. But we're back. We're live. The Challengers have runners on second with Keller Edwards and first on Jonathan Prescott. Prescott was hit by a pitch. Edwards reached on a single, and C.J. Townsend up at the plate now for Eugene. And again, I apologize losing you there for a little bit due to the wind conditions here in Klamath Falls. But regardless, we're back. Still scoreless. Dallas Dirtbags and the Eugene Challengers going at it. Winner plays Medford in the state championship later on this afternoon. That one's a hard line drive hit into center field. Keller Edwards is going to be rounding third. He's heading home, and he will get in there standing. The Challengers, they strike first in the bottom of the fourth inning, 1-0.
Now batting first baseman, number 9, Peyton Bracey.
That will bring up Peyton Bracey. So it was an RBI single for Townsend. He advances on the throw. It brings home Edwards. Prescott to third. Bracey, a chance for a couple of RBIs waiting out there for him. Again, one more time, apologize if we lost you there for a bit. And they're going to walk Peyton Bracey, intentionally walk him. And that'll bring up Bo Burnett. He singled and was left stranded his first time through. It was the first base hit for the Challengers in the game. And now Eugene leading 1-0 in this elimination game. Winner to the state championship. They lead 1-0 against Jarrett Stewart. First pitch swung on and missed from Burnett. Comes in with a single already, hitting just a shade over 300. It's a ball and a strike to Burnett. That one misses outside. So again, just to recap you the fourth inning, in case you did miss it, Cal Morgan led things off with a strikeout. Keller Edwards singled. Jonathan Prescott walked. And C.J. Townsend came up big with the RBI single, bringing home Keller Edwards. And Peyton Bracey is on first after the intentional walk. So that's everything that you might have missed in the fourth inning. And now it's Bo Burnett in a 3-1 count. In danger of walking a runner home. The 3-1. That one will not find the zone. Just a shade outside. And that one will walk in. Jonathan Prescott. He touches home. He gives the Challengers a 2-0 lead.
Brings up catcher for 12, Connor Jones.
It's only the second base on balls given up by Stewart. And that one was costly. It brings home a run. And up comes Connor Jones. All runners taking off. It was a suicide squeeze, and they've got nowhere to go. Connor Jones couldn't lay down the bunt on the suicide squeeze. And that'll be the second out. Good idea, but did not work out. It'll be 1-0. 2 outs in the inning. Runners on second and third. Tagged out on the squeeze play was C.J. Townsend. He's the second out. Count goes to 1-1. So in the meantime, though, Burnett does get to second. Pardon me. Bracey does get to third on the suicide squeeze attempt. That one shoved out towards second. Connor Lang fields that one in shallow right. Tosses it to first for the third out of the inning. The Challengers, they strike for 2 on 2 base hits in the inning. They lead 2-0 over the Dallas Dirtbags. We head now to the top of the 5th. You're watching the AAA American Legion State Tournament live on PlayActionSportsMedia.com.
Rogue River aboard this historical adventure full of wildlife and the breathtaking views of the legendary Hellgate Canyon. Our 2-hour, 36-mile Hellgate jet boat excursion offers you the best of the Rogue as we weave through the high-walled canyons and spot eagles, deer, and otter, all while your pilot shares the fascinating history of the wild and scenic Rogue River. The quick and scenic tour with Hellgate Jet Boat Excursions. Book yours now at hellgate.com, where your adventure awaits.
Les Schwab Tires has been doing the right thing with pride and performance since 1952. Our thanks to Troy Leeper and Southern Oregon Les Schwab Tires for supporting youth baseball and PlayActionSportsMedia.com. Eric Swanson, Noah Juarez, Braden Allison, the 3 to lead things off. 7-8-9 for the Dallas Dirtbags as they try to get back into this one in the bottom of the 4th inning.
First baseman, number 17, Eric Swanson.
All right, welcome back to Play Action Sports Media. Again, apologize if you lost us. Having a little bit of problem with the wind here in Klamath Falls, but hopefully we've got everything sorted out now. I think I've taken the proper precautions this time, I hope, and we don't lose you again. In the bottom of the, we're in the top of the 5th inning. We've got One runner on with 2 outs in the inning. That one a diving stop by Burnett. He dove to stop it and was unable to complete the play. That'll be a base hit for Dallas, their second of the inning. Back-to-back 2-out base hits for Dallas brings up Blake Aratola. Best opportunity Dallas has had all afternoon to try to put some runs on the board. We'll see if they can do just that. That one will get past Connor Jones. And both runners will advance. One ball, one strike. Wilkinson trying to work himself out of this jam. He did it earlier. He left 2 stranded last inning in scoring position. We'll see what he can do here. 2-strike count on Aratola. He did strike out previously back in the 4th. Wilkinson coming set out of the stretch. Kicks, he fires. That one, a bouncer towards short, and it will get into center field. One comes in to score, rounding third and heading home. And moving up to second is Aratola. A 2 RBI single. He moves up to second on the throw, ties the game for Dallas, 2 apiece. So back-to-back-to-back 2-out hits for the Dirtbags tie up this game in the 5th. Coming up big for his team, Blake Aratola. Alarcon has the opportunity now to potentially keep the rally going for the Dallas Dirtbags. That one finds his own for a strike. The 0-2 to Alarcon. Swing and a miss. Wilkinson minimizes the damage, but Dallas does strike for 2 here in the top of the 5th on 3 base hits in the inning. We're tied at 2 heading to the bottom half. You're watching the AAA American Legion State Tournament on PlayActionSportsMedia.com.
Experience the Rogue River aboard this historical adventure full of wildlife and the breathtaking views of the legendary Hellgate Canyon. Our 2-hour, 36-mile Hellgate jetboat excursion offers you the best of the Rogue as we weave through the high-walled canyons and spot eagles, deer, and otter, all while your pilot shares the fascinating history of the wild and scenic Rogue River. The quick and scenic tour with Hellgate Jetboat Excursions. Book yours now at hellgate.com, where your adventure awaits.
We're in the bottom of the fifth inning from Kiger Stadium in Klamath Falls. A 2-2 tie between the Dallas Dirtbags and the Eugene Challengers. Leading things off is Kyle Lund for Eugene. Apologize for the quick delay there. He's going to take a strike to start things off in the bottom half of the fifth inning. A tie ball game. Eugene putting up 2 in their last half inning, and Dallas following it quick with a couple of their own in the top half of the fifth. 9-1-2 for the Challengers as they try to get it back. Again, apologize if you're experiencing any technical delays. Wind here at Kiger is definitely not helping, and also setting up the fair behind us could be interfering with our transmission as well. So again, we apologize. We're doing all we can to stay on the air for you on PlayActionSportsMedia.com and bring you this exciting semifinal at the state tournament in Kiger Stadium. Kyle Lund in a 2-2 count. Still on the mound is Jarrett Stewart. Gave up a couple runs in his last half inning of work, but staying true, staying strong. The 2-2 pitch from him. Hit out to second base. Connor Lang scoots over past second. A nice throw to first. An even better scoop, arguably, by Swanson. Will set down Kyle Lund. Ball and no strikes to Cole Wilkinson, one of the men responsible for one of the 6 home runs we've seen. And if the wind wasn't blowing in that time, that one could have contested for a home run. Instead, it'll be hit right at the right fielder for Dallas, and that's Mr. Allison. 2 away. Wilkinson flies out. Bringing up Cal Morgan. Ground ball thrown to first in time. 1-2-3 go the Challengers in the bottom half of the fifth. You're watching PlayActionSportsMedia.com.
Affordable Truck and RV for the places you would like to be.
Welcome back to PlayActionSportsMedia.com. Top of the sixth inning, we're through 5 between the Dallas Dirtbags and the Eugene Overhead Door Challengers. For the Dirtbags, 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors. They've left 4 runners on base. For Eugene, 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error. They've left 3 runners on base to this point. For Dallas, all 4 of their runners were left in scoring position. Twice they've left runners at second and third in this ball game. Wilkinson still on the bump for the Challengers. Leading things off for Dallas is Derek Mabin, Kyle Mitsuyasu, and Connor Lang. That one's going to bounce off the glove of Burnett down the third base line, and that'll be a base hit, I think, and that's what they're going to give him. As it was a good try from Burnett to stick the glove out there, but just bounces off the webbing of the glove, and Mabin's going to reach on a leadoff single as they try to put themselves in a good position to take the lead. And as we get a brief pause here in the action in the top of the sixth, I'd like to thank a couple of people that make these broadcasts possible. Oregon, California Supply, Les Schwab Tires and Troy Leeper, J. Reese Sports, and Affordable Truck and RV, along with Hellgate Jet Boat Excursions, People's Bank, Southern Oregon Sanitation, Timber Country Coca-Cola, the Grants Pass Nuggets, who Play Action Sports Media carried all summer long, of course, Tournament Director Dave Snyder and the Klamath Falls Falcons, all the board of directors, and every single person who's really helped keep the field in shape during this tournament. Just name a few: Tom Loney, Joe Tacchini, and Pete Whistler have been out there all the time. Blake Loney, Tom's son, along with John Tacchini, Joe's son, have all been out there working the field as well. So thanks to all those folks who have helped keep the field nice and playable throughout this tournament. This field has been pounded into the ground for sure over the past 5 or so days. And of course, thank you to you, the fans, who've, watched us all season long. As Joey Keyran from Roseburg likes to say, without you guys, I'm just a guy talking to myself out here, so much appreciated. Mitsuyasu will ground out. It'll move Mabin to second. Connor Lang. Chance now with the runner in scoring position. At second, it is Derek Mabin. Again, I'll make one more note of it unless it comes up again. We apologize if you've lost us a couple times in this broadcast. Setting up the fair behind us at the Klamath County Fairgrounds is definitely not helping our transmission. And the wind as well, really picking up. Now blowing out to center field. Have to guess probably about 7 miles an hour. But again, apologize if you lost us a couple times throughout the afternoon. That one's a fly ball into center field. Kyle Lund is going to put it away. The throw to third, there really is going to be none. It's going to be cut off by Townsend. So Mabin will move to third with 2 outs. That brings up Eric Swanson. That one will miss outside. 1-0. Eric Swanson is 0 for 2. He struck out and flown out so far. And it seems like the wind has died here in Klamath Falls. Almost certainly take a base hit for Mabin to score off a third. He led things off in the sixth with a single and was moved over on the ground ball from Mitsuyasu. It was a sacrifice bunt, actually, and then tagged from second on Connor Lang's fly ball to center field. 2-1. The count to Eric Swanson. Started at first base this afternoon, still out there for the Dirtbags. That pitch from Wilkinson will be tapped foul, a 2-strike count. Wilkinson has been deadly so far in 2-strike counts. 5 strikeouts already on the ball game, and we're not even out of the 6th yet, so he's done very well. His pitch count's getting up there, but in only 7-inning games, still not a whole lot to worry about. This will be pitch number 81 coming up for him. There it was, and it was a swing and a miss, so Wilkinson will get out of the 6th inning with 81 pitches. The Dallas Dirtbags will leave one stranded at third. That's 5 runners for the Dirtbags left stranded in scoring position, and we head now to the bottom half of the 6th inning. This one has moved quickly. You're watching the AAA American Legion State Tournament on PlayActionSportsMedia.com.
Experience the Rogue River aboard this historical adventure full of wildlife and the breathtaking views of the legendary Hellgate Canyon. Our 2-hour, 36-mile Hellgate jet boat excursion offers you the best of the Rogue as we weave through the high-walled canyons and spot eagles, deer, and otter, all while your pilot shares the fascinating history of the wild and scenic Rogue River. The quick and scenic tour with Hellgate jet boat excursions. Book yours now at hellgate.com, where your adventure awaits.
Welcome back to PlayActionSportsMedia.com. Bottom of the 6th inning, tied 2 apiece between the Dirtbags and the Challengers. Keller Edwards, John Prescott, C.J. Townsend, the 3 to lead things off for Eugene in the bottom half of this 6th inning. Challengers need 1 here, try to give themselves a lead going into the top half. See what the middle of the order they can do. Edwards, 1 for 2. He singled, came around to score in the 4th inning, where Eugene put up both of their runs so far in the game. It's a ball and a strike count to him right now. Ball and 2 strikes. Stewart ahead of Edwards. Stewart mentioned Wilkinson. He's been pitching well. Stewart's pitched just as good. More of a pitch-to-contact guy. Wilkinson's got 6 strikeouts. And Stewart's only got 1, but he's been just as efficient. And a note, he's thrown 16 less pitches than Cole Wilkinson has. So pitching to contact definitely has its upsides. Again, 16 less pitches as of right now than Wilkinson. We'll see how many he has at the end of this inning. Again, Wilkinson right now at 81 pitches. He's struck out 6 over his 6 innings of work. He's only walked 1. 2 runs have come across, 5 hits for Wilkinson. For Stewart, 3 hits, 1 run has come across. He struck out 1. 2 runs have come across. He struck out 1, and he's walked 2. To this point in the game. That one's hit hard, will be foul. Johnny Prescott, 0 for 1. Flew out in the 2nd. He walked and came around to score in the 4th. Ball and a strike to him with 1 out in the inning. Stewart trying to send it to the top half of the 7th and hope that the Dirtbags can get a chance here with a tie game still intact. That one could drop, but making a nice play running up to it was Aratola in center. He ran quite a long way, about 60 feet to get to that one, to put that one away for the 2nd out in the bottom half of the 6th. 2-2 ball game, bringing up C.J. Townsend. And winner here goes to play Medford in the state championship game. Scheduled start time for that is 4 o'clock. This game moving quickly. Can only hope the same for the state championship. Just an hour and a half in, and we're already in the bottom of the 6th. That one will miss a ball. And Stewart's done a great job of throwing strikes. It's just that they've been hittable strikes. He's really worked well with the off-speed stuff, keeping the changeup low and the curveball low as well, just pounding the lower part of the zone, really. A nice pickup at third, an even better throw. Just barely takes Swanson off the bag. Would have been a beautiful play to end things in the 6th. I believe they're going to give him a single. They should at least. I'd give him a single. Fourth hit for Eugene. Runner on first, 2 outs. That's Townsend's second base knock of the game. His first one came with 1 out in the 4th inning, and he brought home an RBI in his last plate appearance. Brings up Peyton Bracey. He was intentionally walked his last time through. Besides that, he grounded out in the 2nd. Oh, misses wide as well. Again, I mentioned the team that wins here will play Medford in the state championship game as the F-15s fly over to the Klamath Air Base, not too far from us here at Kiger Stadium. But the winner here plays Medford. Medford won the past 5 state championships. Before them, though, in 2012, it was Eugene. They're sandwiched in between a couple of Salem state championships who won before Medford. 3-0 the count to Peyton Bracey, hitting .365 on the season, so he's going to wait for a pitch that he likes and take a hack at it. And he doesn't see anything he likes. He's going to be walked for the 2nd time today, and that will bring up Townsend to 2nd, and at the plate now is going to be Bo Burnett. He was actually walked his last time through as well, but his walk meant a lot more as it actually brought home a run. Coach Leach coming out of the dugout. We'll see if he makes a switch here. Could just be a brief conference out there on the mound. Meantime, Play Action Sports Media would like to thank Hellgate Jetboat Excursions. Book your getaway trip today down the wild and scenic Rogue River now by visiting online at hellgate.com and celebrate the 60th anniversary of Hellgate Jetboat Excursions. And book your trip today at hellgate.com. Coach Leach still out there, but being told to head back. No change. With 2 outs in the inning, I wouldn't expect one to happen either. So they're going to leave Stewart out there. So Bracey walked, bringing up Bo Burnett. Only the 3rd walk given up by Stewart. And a couple of aces going at it today in the first of 2. Game 5, the winner again playing Medford, the loser eliminated from the tournament. First pitch, a breaking ball misses. Good curveball, Stewart. That was his 75th pitch, still getting great movement on that curveball. And 105 is the limit in the American Legion State Tournament. Jarrett Stewart actually got to 106 in the first day. Again, you're able to bypass the 105 mark if you pass it in the middle of an at-bat. So you can finish the at-bat if you hit the 105 pitch mark. And Stewart got 106 on the first day. So, you know, same thing. He's able to come back and pitch today. And here he is. 76 pitches in, a tie ball game. 2 runners on. That one will find the zone. Stewart trying to keep the game tied heading into the top half of the 7th, the final inning. And if he's able to do so, it could make things real interesting heading into the final inning of play, at least the final inning of regulation. I think I could say that at this point. If this game keeps in the direction that it is right now, we might see extras. Luckily, we've got some time to burn. This game has moved quickly. The next game, the championship, isn't scheduled to start till 4, and it's about 2:30 local time here in Klamath Falls. So the Jets fly over. That one hit up the middle, and they will get out of the inning. Mabin to Lang, a 6-4 put out to end the inning. The Challengers leave one stranded on one base hit in the inning. We are tied 2 apiece heading into the 7th inning. You're watching the AAA American Legion State semifinal here on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. Welcome back to Kiger Stadium in Klamath Falls. You're watching PlayActionSportsMedia.com. Top of the 7th inning, a 2-2 tie between the Dallas Dirtbags and the Eugene Challengers. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Josh Eldridge. It's a lovely day in Klamath Falls, 86 degrees. The fair's going on right behind us. I believe the start date's tomorrow, so come on out there. 86 degrees right now, beautiful sunny day. No smoke in the air from the Canyonville Milepost 97 fire. So, beautiful day for baseball, and it's been a beautiful game of baseball to watch, too. A great pitcher's duel, my favorite kind of game, as Wilkinson gets things started in the 7th. That one is shoved into center field, a leadoff base hit for Noah Juarez. Base hit for the Dirtbags, their 6th of the afternoon. Time is called. Gives you a quick chance to look at Cole Wilkinson through his first 6 innings. He gave up 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned. He struck out 6, and that's the number that really stands out. He's been really having his way with this Dallas order so far in the ballgame. Again, the 2 runs coming in the 5th on the RBI single, 2 RBI single, I should say, from Blake Aratola. That again came in the 5th inning, driving home Mabin and Allison. And the bunt is going to be fouled. Strike 1. For the Eugene Challengers, they're coming off a good win against the Salem Dodgers, 14-8 Dallas. They beat the team that's waiting for the winner here, the Medford Mustangs, in a great game last night, 6-2. And that allowed them to survive another day. They had their backs up against the wall. This is the 2nd day that they face elimination. Same goes for Eugene, though, as with a loss last night, they would have been out as well. But 2nd day for both these teams. Loser goes home. Winner faces Medford in the state tournament. Excuse me, the state championship. The bunt is laid down to first. They're going to go to second for 1, and they do get the lead runner. And Coach James Boog Leach is not happy about that one. He thinks that he pulled his foot. And I'm thinking the neighborhood rule does not apply there when it's just got to be a force out. And we'll see what kind of conversation is had here. It looks to be a pretty intense one at that. The umpires might get together. We got a 4-man crew here on the final day. We'll see what happens. Coach Leach not enthused about that one. Can't blame him. It was a bang-bang play. Could have really gone either way. but it'll be the first out in the inning. So Juarez is thrown out, trying to advance. He'll be the first out. Allison reaches on the fielder's choice, bringing up Jacob Mabin, who is 1 for 3 on the day. First pitch to Mabin, misses. And a play like that, might not mean a whole lot in the second or third inning, but in the seventh inning, that's life or death for a team right there. A play like that could go either way, and that's got to hurt for Dallas. Wilkinson checks his runner. He misses high and in that time to Mabin. Mabin singled, came around to score back in the fifth. Other than that, he's flown out back in the third. He reached on an error in the first. Again, a 1 for 3 day for him. Up next in the order is Blake Aratola. 2-0, the pitch. Hit right back to, oh my goodness, Wilkinson catches the line drive, tosses it back to first, and he is doing everything this afternoon. My goodness, Cole Wilkinson, you madman. We are tied at 2 heading into the bottom half of the seventh. Eugene a chance to win it. They've got 3 outs to do so. You're watching the AAA American Legion State Tournament semifinal on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. Eight 9-1 for the Challengers here in the bottom of the seventh inning. They try to win it here in the bottom half against the Dallas Dirtbags. And what a redemption tour it'd be for them if they were able to walk it off here against Dallas and play Medford. But never want to speak too soon in the state tournament. They still have got to work with 3 outs. That's a fly ball, and that's going to find a gap. No! A beautiful play in left field that time by Mabin. Beautiful catch by him, fighting the sun and all. First out of the inning.
Center fielder, number 1, Kyle Lund.
Number 9 hitter in the order, Kyle Lund, tries to get the rally started for the Challengers in the seventh. Stewart still on the mound, and that'll be a strike. Stewart still on the mound for the Dirtbags. And just as I mentioned, Wilkinson has had his way with the Dirtbags order. Stewart has pitched just as well, just in a different sense of pitch styles. Stewart has really been pitching to contact all afternoon. Only 1 strikeout to this point in the game to turn into 2 runs. Fantastic job for him. A beautiful curveball taken for a strike. It'll be 1-2 to Kyle Lund. Comes to 360. Just needs a base knock to try to get it to Cole Wilkinson. Foul still 1-2. Kyle Lund, time is called. He'll take that one, 2-2. So after Kyle Lund, it's Cole Wilkinson and Cal Morgan to the top of the order for the Challengers. Those are the guys damage for you. The top of the order for Eugene one of the best in the whole state, and that's how they get to this point. It's a full count, 3-2. Wilkinson hitting just a shade under 500 for the year, 497, and Morgan hitting 325. So you can get to those couple of guys, and that's where you want to be. That one's hit in the air. Coming on strong, and making the catch again is Maben in left.
Brings up pitcher number 8, Cole Wilkinson.
And we're going to see what they decide to do here with Cole Wilkinson. Wilkinson, and I'm almost certainly jinxing things by has hit one of the 6 home runs in the state tournament. He has got some pop in that bat, and wouldn't it be something? But of course, don't want to talk too soon. Don't want to even say the possibility of what could happen. Get too superstitious around baseball. Swing, it'll be fouled back into the catcher's glove for strike 1. If Wilkinson finds a way to get on base, it'll be Cal Morgan. That one hit on the ground and past the diving glove of Connor Lang at second. Will reach first. 2-out single for him. Brings up Cal Morgan.
Base hit for Wilson. Brings up left fielder Cal Morgan.
Cal Morgan awaiting his first pitch. Wilkinson, big lead off of first, about 3 steps. Curveball to Morgan. Yikes, just misses, maybe outside. So if Cal Morgan is able to get on base, it brings up Keller Edwards. We're in the bottom of the 7th of a tied 2-2 ball game. Winner here plays for the Oregon State American Legion Championship at 4 o'clock. That puts a runner into scoring position for Keller Edwards.
First and second. The second baseman, number 16, Keller.
Keller Edwards. He's singled once already today. If he's able to do it again, it might send the challengers to the finals. But it's up to the base hit here. He settles in. Biggest at-bat of the afternoon. The outfield playing shallow. They let something drop behind him. That's game over. But if something gets in front, cut him off at home. That one's taken for a strike. That one's hit on the ground. Picked up, tossed on. We are 2 extra innings. Bottom of the 7th. We are still tied at 2. To extra innings we go on the AAA American Legion State Final on PlayActionSportsMedia.com.
Your concrete supplies are available at Riverside Ready Mix Incorporated. Get everything from bolts to rebar. Ensure you have the quality supplies you need. Job done. Get ready mixed concrete delivered right to your home or business. We have over 50 years of experience supplying quality concrete. Are you septic or water tank? Call us for an appointment to take advantage of our exceptional precast septic and water tank sales. Call now.
Challengers and the Dirtbags were in extras, tied 2-2. Wilkinson still on the mound for the Challengers. First to third, Burnett to first in time. And that's not a good sign. Aratola comes off limping. Hope he's okay, as he'll be the first out in the inning.
Now batting catcher, number 13, Alarcon.
Eighth inning, it was Aratola, Alarcon, and Mabin. Lays down a bunt, that'll go foul. I mentioned Wilkinson of work. He's going to throw his 90th pitch coming up. And he's kept it economical, if you really think about it to this point. A lot of guys we've seen have barely gone 5 innings with 105 pitches. But he's now into his 8th inning of work. And here comes the 90th pitch, a swing and a miss. Strike 2. He struck out 6. Hoping to improve upon that number here. From the windup, kicks, fires, breaking ball, swung on and fouled. It looks like he missed that one, but it'll be foul. Count remains 0-2. Oh, 0-2 again from Wilkins for the Dirtbags. Coming up next, you look for the Challengers card. It's 4, 5, and 6. Order coming up. One of these teams hoping to win it here in the 8th inning. Again, the Challengers in the 8th were walked off by Medford a couple nights ago. Hoping to maybe return the favor to Dallas and get a redemption game against the Medford Mustangs. Either of these teams versus Medford would be one heck of a championship game. Medford's played both these teams, beat both of them, or pardon me, Dallas and Medford beat Eugene. The 0-2 is going to come Wilkinson, a swing and a miss. We'll get Alarcon there. Bringing up Derek Mabin. 7 strikeouts on the day for Wilkinson. Mabin has singled twice, grounded out once, a 2-for-3 day for him, and that's definitely very good in the state semifinal, especially against a guy who's been throwing like Wilkinson today. See what he can do here. That one hit hard towards short. Townsend up with it. Throw to first, it's close! And they did get it. Bottom of the 8th inning we go. The Challengers and the Dirtbags still tied at 2, like we have been since the 5th inning. Again, tied at 2. ActionSportsMedia.com.
Rogue River, historical adventure full of wildlife and the breathtaking views of the legendary Hellgate Canyon. Our 2-hour, 36-mile Hellgate jetboat excursion offers you the best of the Rogue as we weave through the high-walled canyons and spot eagles, deer, and while your pilot shares the fascinating history of the wild and scenic Rogue River. The quick and scenic tour with Hellgate Jetboat Excursions. Book yours now at Hellgate, where your adventure awaits.
Sportsmedia.com would like to thank Les Schwab Tire Stores of Southern Oregon for supporting youth baseball and play on Sportsmedia.com. Bottom of the 8th inning. Challengers 2, Dirtbags 2. You're watching the state semifinal on PlayActionSportsMedia.com, your exclusive home for all things American ball, as we head into the Northwest Regional and the World Series at Shelby, North Carolina. Popped up, staying in the infield. Tough play. Great catch. Alarcon behind the plate. Tough play. Tough play. But able to make it. First down of the inning, John Prescott. That'll bring up C.J. Townsend. Townsend 2 for 3. Stewart lays one in there and he takes it into center field. Townsend, third base hit of the day. Consistently good from the shortstop from Eugene. Sixth hit of the day for the Challengers. And we'll mention Jarrett Stewart still on the mound. He's keeping his pitch count down as well. 98 pitches to this point in the ball game through his through 7 innings of work. Hoping to get out of this one the same story, keeping it tied 2 apiece. A run here for Eugene would send Dallas home. And then hit Peyton Bracey. That's the second time that Stewart, and out comes Coach Leach. Might see a pitching change here with the pitch count where it is and the situation where it is, but I'll bet you one thing. I do not want to come out of this game. And it's got to be more of a conversation out there. Stewart has pitched phenomenally to this point in the game. He's at 99 pitches. He has hit a couple guys. He's given up. But you get to this point, you have your pitcher get you to 1 out in the 8th. I mean, you got. That's why it's going to be more of a conversation out there. And Coach Leach coming in. Big decision being made, but that's why the coaches get a lot of the credit when a baseball. And, move up the ranks too. Coaches, get a lot of slack for the bad decisions and get all the credit for the good decisions. So we'll see if Stewart's able to work himself out of this one. It's Bo Burnett. Runners at first and second, 1 out. Double play is in order. Ball 1 to Burnett. He singled in the 3rd. He walked in the 4th. And he grounded out in the 6th. Breaking ball in the dirt. 101 pitches now for Stewart. He has to come out at 105 unless he's in the middle of an at-bat. Realistically, you can probably see this being his last hitter, and no one in the pin for Dallas yet. That one will miss outside. Three and 0, 1 out, 2 runners on. Up next, the pitch. Just misses. And Burnett will get on base. Put him up for Connor Jones. And you can only assume now, after 103 pitches, that they're going to make a move, and they will. And for the Dirtbags in the most important at-bat of the season for either team. 2-2, bases loaded, 1 out in the... When we come back, we'll get the changes for you on PlayActionSportsMedia.com.
Experience the Rogue River aboard this historical adventure full of wildlife, views of the legendary Hellgate Canyon. Our 2-hour, 36-mile Hellgate jetboat excursion offers you the best of the Rogue as we weave through the high-walled canyons, deer and otter, all while your pilot shares the fascinating history of the wild and scenic Rogue River. The quick and scenic tour with Hellgate Jetboat. Book yours now at hellgate.com, where your adventure awaits.
Bottom of the 8th inning. Bases loaded. A trip to the final on the line in a tie ball game between Dirtbags and the Eugene Challengers. On the mound, Hector Amador got the final couple outs against Medford last night. Now inherits the biggest situation of the whole season for Dallas. Again, bases loaded, 1 out. It's Connor Jones, and I guess the silver lining for Dallas is if there's anyone you can hope to ground into a double play here, Connor Jones, a .210 hitting catcher. Not the greatest wheels. And Amador, see what he can do here. The first pitch coming up. Amador comes set. He fires. Jones fouls it off. Strike one. Double play would end the inning and get Dallas to the top of the 9th. This is the second extra inning game we've had this tournament, and the second involving Eugene. The other was for 4-3 in 8 innings. Same situation as it was for Bennett Thompson. As it is right now for Connor Jones, except different. It was tied 3-3 instead of 2-2. And that's a fly ball. And they're tagging him from third, heading home. Eugene walks it off. They are going to the state championship.
Fantastic game. Nice game, gentlemen. Nice game.
Sacrifice fly into right field from Connor Jones scores C.J. Townsend, and that will end the game in the bottom 9th. The Eugene Overhead Door Challengers will play once more at 4 o'clock against Medford in the state championship. For Dallas, one heck of a season making it this far, but they have been eliminated from the AAA American Legion State Tournament on the 5th and final day. Things now getting ready for their game that starts in about an hour. But first, we're going to wrap this one up for you and get ready for the state championship featuring the Eugene and the Medford Mustangs. 3-2 the final. Eugene taking this one. You're watching PlayActionSportsMedia.com.
Affordable truck and RV for would like to be.
Welcome back to PlayActionSportsMedia.com. This one, innings. An absolute marathon between the Eugene Challengers and the Dallas Dirtbags. Eugene taking this one. Finals for the They had 3 runs on 6 hits. They committed 1 error. They left, well, if you're counting the couple of guys they left on after the walk-off, they left one. Without that, they left 4. For the Dallas Dirtbags, 2 runs on 6 hits, 1 error. They left 5 runners on base. Starting with the winning pitcher, Cole Wilkinson, who went 8 innings. He went the distance, 7 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned. He struck out 6 and walked 1 in the 8-inning complete game victory for Cole. And Jarrett Stewart, probably the toughest loss you're going to see all year. And you can't help but give it up for Jarrett Stewart. He said after pitching 7 2/3 innings, he went 2 extra outs. He gave up 6 hits, 3 runs. They were all earned. Only needed 1 strikeout. He did walk 4, though, along with 3 hit batsmen. And one of those guys, Peyton Bracey, came in the 8th. That allowed the bases to get loaded for the sacrifice fly for Connor Jones that allowed the winning run to score. Notables for, we'll start with, of course, the winning pitcher. I mean, I can't say enough about Jarrett Stewart. The toughest loss you're ever going to see. Again, 7 2/3 innings. Gave up 3 runs over that amount of time. 1 strikeout, 4 walks. A fantastic game for him. Offensively for Dallas, Blake Aratola with the 2 single in the 5th that gave Dallas their only 2 runs of the game. Other than that, a good day at the plate for Derek Maven, who finished 2 for 3. Couple of singles in the 5th inning. Notables for Eugene, we've got a couple. Of course, their winning pitcher, Cole Wilkinson, who went the distance, 8 innings, 7 hits, 6 strikeouts, 1 walk. Offensively for the Challengers, C.J. Townsend, who was the winning run, went 3 for 4 with an RBI coming in where the Challengers put up a couple runs. We're also going to tip the cap to Connor Jones, who got the sacrifice fly that drove in the game-off run for the Eugene Challengers that sent them to the state championship against Medford, which will start here in roughly an hour. Back with one more segment on the post-game show here on Play Action Sports Media. We'll take a quick look at the bracket and how we got here to the state championship. Coming up next on sportsmedia.com.
Experience the Rogue River aboard this historical adventure full of wildlife and the breathtaking views of the legendary Hellgate. Our 2-hour, 36-mile Hellgate jet boat excursion offers you the best of the Rogue as we weave through the high-walled canyons and spot eagles, deer, and otter. Your pilot shares the fascinating history of the wild and scenic Rogue River. The quick and scenic tour with Hellgate jet boat excursions. Book yours now at Hellgate, where your adventure awaits.
Welcome back to PlayActionSportsMedia.com. This one's over. The semifinal between the Dallas Dirtbags and the Eugene Challengers, 3-2. An absolutely phenomenal pitching performance by both of our starters this game. Again, can't give enough love to Jarrett Stewart, who got the tough loss, but that doesn't take Wilkinson, who just got that much more run support from his team. A couple of great starting pitchers. Can't give it up enough for those two guys. Fantastic job for them. Eugene coming away with the victory. They're going to end up playing Medford in the state championship game that starts at about 4 o'clock. It's about 3:10 local time here in Klamath. We'll have that one for you on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. But for Dallas, they finish 3rd place in the state tournament. We'll take a look at their road to get here. First of all, they won the Area 3 championship, 2 games ahead of the Salem Dodgers with a 32-10 overall record, a 12-4 league record. They came to the state tournament. Their first day was against Willamette Valley. They beat the Titans 4-2. Then they had to play these Eugene Challengers again. 2 in that one. The same score as the game on Sunday. Isn't that something? After Dallas took 2 from Eugene in the ring. So after that loss to Eugene back on Sunday it was. Dallas got sent to the losers bracket. They beat Beaverton and then Medford yesterday. And that was a 6-2 win for Dallas to put them in a spot to play in the semifinal against the Eugene Challengers. They saved off elimination for 2 days, but the third day finally got to them as they lost to the Eugene Challengers 3-2. Fantastic season for them. Wish them best of luck next season, and head coach Boog Leach, along with the rest of the players and staff and everyone over there at the Dallas Dirtbags organization. Great season for those guys, and they finished third place in the state tournament. Now it's up to Eugene and the Medford Mustangs. It's a rematch earlier on in the state tournament for the championship game. Earlier on in the season, Medford Mustangs broke the hearts of the challengers in a 4-3 victory, a walk-off victory in the bottom of the 8th inning there. And no, we're not talking about the game you just saw, but the same exact situation where you got one out, bases loaded, your catcher comes up to the plate and hits one into right field, though for Bennett Thompson and Medford it was a base hit. And for Connor Jones, it was a sacrifice fly. Regardless, a much-anticipated rematch for both of these teams. Medford wanted Eugene, and Eugene wanted Medford. And it's going to be coming your way next on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. I'd like to give a thanks to the people getting the field ready right now. Dave Snyder and his tournament staff, along with Tom Loney, the Henley Athletic Director, his son Blake, for helping get the field ready. John Tacchini, that's Joe Tacchini's son, both those guys out there, as well as Falcons head coach Pete Whistler is out there getting the field ready as well. Thanks those guys for getting us ready for the championship game coming your way next on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. Before we do, I'd like to thank Hellgate Jet Boat Excursions, Affordable Truck and RV, Timber Country Coca-Cola, and Les Schwab Tires, along with J. Reese Sports. I'm Josh Eldridge. The final here once more is 3-2. Getting ready for the state tournament coming your way next on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. Stick with us. We'll be back in about an hour.